The first warning came as a flicker in the sky, barely noticeable to most of Earth's 7 billion inhabitants. Satellites blinked out one by one. Global communications stuttered, and then went dark. It was too late to scramble jets, too late to prepare defenses, too late for anything except running. Major cities across the world erupted into chaos. In New York, a shimmering blue sphere appeared above Times Square, radiating an eerie hum that silenced the crowds before obliterating the area with a wave of invisible energy. In Beijing, glass skyscrapers shattered simultaneously as hundreds of flying crafts darkened the sky. London's underground tunnels trembled with explosions as alien forces seized control beneath the surface. Within hours, governments collapsed. Military outposts were erased. Command centers burned. The Earth was invaded and lost in less than 24 hours. Captain Maya Reynolds sat frozen in her command chair at NORAD, watching the feed from overhead drones as they were shredded by alien laser fire. Her mind raced, but her body felt numb. The invasion was precise, overwhelming, and brutal. She had trained for hostile threats, but nothing could have prepared her for this scale. "Status report," she barked to her officers, but the answers were grim. Communications were severed, satellite arrays offline, and every defensive system neutralized. The aliens moved with terrifying coordination, targeting strategic hubs with surgical precision. "Evacuate civilians from the underground bunkers," Maya ordered. "Get to the fallback points." She grabbed her gear and sprinted toward the exit. The corridors trembled as distant explosions rocked the base. The invaders were inside the continent now. Outside, the sky was a chaos of fire and smoke. Hovering warships churned the air, their metallic hulls glinting against the burning horizon. Panic screams filled the streets as people fled blindly in every direction. The city, once vibrant and alive, was a burning cage. Maya's team stumbled into a convoy of military vehicles, soldiers in shock, medics treating wounded, families clinging to whatever hope remained. She pulled out a handheld radio, desperation making her voice crack. "This is Captain Reynolds. To any remaining units, regroup at Delta Station. Repeat, Delta Station. Priority evac and counterattack plan in effect." Static answered. Her comm buzzed faintly, just enough to catch a garbled voice. "Hold the line," then silence. Her heart sank. As they moved through the wreckage, Maya caught sight of a small group of civilians huddled behind a wrecked car. Among them was a boy no older than 10, clutching a battered teddy bear. The innocence amid devastation hit her harder than any laser blast. Suddenly, a low thrum filled the air. The invaders' machines descended in swarms, sleek, spider-like drones with pulsating red eyes. Without hesitation, the soldiers opened fire, but the bullets bounced off the drone's armor like raindrops on glass. One drone skittered toward the boy, emitting a shrill pulse. Maya's hand shot out, grabbing the child and dragging him behind cover. "Stay down," she shouted. The drones advanced, but before they could reach the group, a sudden explosion rocked the street. A missile from a hidden human launcher struck a warship above, causing it to spiral downward in a fireball. Maya looked up, hope flickering. "Human resistance," a soldier whispered. But the victory was fleeting. The drones regrouped, their glowing red eyes now locked on Maya's position. "We need to move now," she commanded. As they fled, Maya glanced back at the cityscape, burning and silent. The invaders controlled Earth, but she knew something that even they didn't. Humanity would not go quietly. The clock was ticking, and the fight for the planet had only just begun. Maya led the small group through the shattered remains of the city, their footsteps swallowed by the eerie silence between distant explosions. The once familiar streets of New York were now a maze of rubble-darkened windows, and the faint glow of alien searchlights sweeping like predators hunting for survivors. Her breath came hard, but her mind raced faster. The invasion had been swift, brutal, but somewhere in this chaos, a flicker of hope had to exist. It had to. "We can't keep running," Maya said, voice low but firm. "We need a plan." They ducked into an underground parking garage, the entrance barely visible beneath a collapsed overpass. The stale air smelled of smoke and decay. As her eyes adjusted, Maya saw them. A handful of ragged survivors armed with scavenged rifles and makeshift weapons. "Who are you?" Maya demanded. A tall man with a grizzled beard stepped forward. "Name's Anders. We've been organizing what's left. Hiding, fighting back when we can." "You." "Captain Maya Reynolds," she answered, revealing her military credentials. "NORAD went dark within hours. Command's gone. We need to strike back, not just survive." Anders nodded slowly, eyes scanning the group behind her. "We've got a camp nearby. A few dozen survivors, fighters, engineers, medics. We've found ways to disrupt alien patrols, but it's not enough. They adapt too fast." Maya's mind word. "Tell me everything. Their weaknesses, patterns, anything." An engineer stepped forward, a young woman with quick eyes and grease-stained hands. "Their tech's advanced, sure, but it runs on centralized control. We found their drones respond to a command frequency. If we jam it, we can cause confusion." A murmur of hope stirred. "Where's their command center?" Maya pressed. "Somewhere in Central Park. Huge, shielded, but vulnerable if we hit the right node," the engineer explained. Maya's jaw tightened. "Then that's where we strike." That night, the group prepared in hushed whispers. Every movement was shadowed by the fear of alien patrols. The city was no longer theirs. Every alley and rooftop held danger. Maya studied the faces around her, people hardened by loss but refusing to break. There was Elena, a medic who refused to leave the wounded behind. Jax, a former hacker turned guerrilla fighter. And a dozen others whose lives had been uprooted in hours, but who now fought with fierce determination. They moved out just before dawn, slipping through tunnels and backstreets. The further they got from their hideout, the thicker the alien presence became. Towering war machines patrolled methodically, scanning every corner with ruthless efficiency. The resistance team reached the outskirts of Central Park. The sprawling greenery, now a landscape of twisted metal and alien structures, pulsing with unnatural light. Maya's comm crackled softly. "Remember, hit the node, disrupt their control. Create chaos. We don't have to win this fight tonight, just make them bleed." They split into smaller squads, moving silently under the cover of broken trees and rubble. Elena's voice trembled through the radio. "Node located near the old zoo. It's guarded." Maya signaled her team to hold as she crept forward, heart pounding like a war drum. Suddenly, a patrol of drones emerged from the shadows, their red eyes locking on her position. "Contact." Maya whispered sharply. Gunfire erupted. Sharp bursts echoed in the night. Bullets pinged off the drone's armored shells, but this time the team was ready. Improvised EMP grenades detonated, frying circuits and sending several drones crashing to the ground. The resistance surged forward, chaos rippling through alien ranks. Maya found the control node, a strange crystalline device emitting a low hum. She planted the makeshift jammer and backed away as the signal scrambled the alien network. The effect was immediate. Drones swirled erratically, alien soldiers shouted in alien tongues, and the towering war machines staggered like wounded beasts. But the victory was bittersweet. As they retreated, a missile streaked through the sky, landing mere meters from their position. The explosion threw Maya against a crumbling wall. Dust filled her lungs, and screams echoed. When the dust settled, she saw Anders lying motionless, blood pooling beneath him. "No," Maya choked. The team rallied, dragging their wounded away as alien reinforcements closed in. "We made them falter," Maya said grimly, "but this is only the beginning." The invasion had seemed unstoppable, but now, for the first time, humanity had a spark, a flicker of defiance in the darkness. And it was growing. The city had become a battlefield of shadows. After their daring strike on the alien command node, the resistance had gained something far more valuable than territory. They had hope. Maya Reynolds stood atop a crumbled rooftop, watching as a group of fighters dismantled the wreckage of a downed drone. With salvage parts and some ingenuity, they were beginning to turn alien technology against its owners. "Look at this," said Jax, holding up a compact alien power cell. If we can reverse engineer even half of this, we can power weapons and shields. It could change the game. Maya nodded. Good. We'll need every advantage. The aliens won't forget that strike. They'll come back harder. Below, the city was alive with whispered plans and cautious movements. The resistance had swelled to hundreds. Survivors from across the globe converged, scientists, soldiers, civilians, united by a single goal: reclaim Earth. They had learned quickly. Guerrilla tactics replaced conventional warfare. Ambushes at supply lines, sabotage of alien patrol routes, and swift strikes on outposts. The alien war machines, though superior in firepower, were slow to adapt to human unpredictability. One afternoon, Maya received a report from Elena, the medic. We have an influx of wounded from the east side. Alien retaliation was brutal after the last strike. Maya clenched her jaw. Prepare the safe houses. We can't lose our people. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the resistance launched another coordinated assault. This time, their target was a transport convoy carrying alien reinforcements and supplies. Hidden in the ruins of a subway tunnel, Maya and her team waited. The alien convoy rumbled above, massive vehicles covered in pulsating armor plates. On my mark, she whispered, heart hammering. Explosions ripped through the silence as planted charges detonated, collapsing tunnels onto the convoy. Alien soldiers scrambled, weapons firing wildly, but the resistance was ready. They struck fast, disabling vehicles and capturing a stunned patrol unit. Maya approached the prisoners cautiously. One alien, surprisingly smaller than expected, locked eyes with her. There was fear and something else. Hesitation. The prisoner hissed in broken English. Why fight? We only follow orders. Maya's voice hardened. Because this is our home, and we don't surrender. She turned away, but the words lingered. Not all enemies were the same. Back at their makeshift headquarters, engineers worked feverishly to adapt alien tech. Jax connected a hacked drone to their network, sending false signals to confuse enemy patrols. Elena tended to the wounded with makeshift clinics, hidden in subway stations. Yet, despite their successes, the cost was clear. Each victory was a bloody reminder of how high the stakes were. Reports of alien reprisals, mass arrests, executions, scorched earth tactics trickled in. One evening, Maya gathered the leadership around a flickering map. We need to strike deeper, she said. Take out their communication hubs across multiple cities. Disrupt their command structure. A veteran soldier shook his head. They'll crush us if we spread too thin. Maya met his gaze. We have no choice. If we don't act now, Earth will be lost forever. The room fell silent, the weight of their situation settling on everyone. Days later, simultaneous attacks rocked alien facilities in Tokyo, Moscow, and Sao Paulo. Coordinated strikes caused panic in alien ranks. For the first time, broadcasts from alien-controlled media faltered, replaced by static and occasional human transmissions. Messages of resistance, unity, and defiance. But the aliens responded swiftly. Their war machines unleashed devastating counterattacks, leveling entire neighborhoods and forcing the resistance to retreat with heavy losses. Maya watched reports of the destruction with grim determination. They want to break our spirit, she said. But we're stronger together. In a quiet moment, Jax approached her. We intercepted alien communications. They're worried. Something about a critical vulnerability we exploited during the first strike. Maya's eyes narrowed. Then we push harder. We find that weakness and we end this. As night fell over the ruined city, the resistance prepared for the next wave, their resolve unbroken. Earth was not lost. Not yet. The captured alien sat silently in the center of the underground chamber, bound by improvised restraints of scavenged alloy and steel. A single overhead light buzzed above it. Its skin was smooth, metallic gray, with shifting patterns like oil and water. Its four eyes blinked in unison, watching, calculating. Maya stood at the edge of the room, arms folded, watching it just as closely. He hasn't said a word since capture, said Jax, tapping away on a cracked tablet. but we cracked some of the translation protocols. We can understand bits of their comm chatter now. What are they calling us? Maya asked. Jax looked up. Primitives. Variables. Contaminants. She gave a dry laugh. Charming. Just then, Elena entered, holding a small device. I've got something. During the last raid, we pulled data from one of their command nodes before it self-destructed. Took forever to decrypt. She plugged it into the portable console, and the screen flickered to life. Lines of alien glyphs translated into rough English. Primary objective: secure the Ark core beneath Sol 3. Human resistance underestimated. Containment protocol breached. Maya's brows knit together. Ark core? What the hell is that? The alien finally spoke, its voice low and strange, like a chorus in a tunnel. The Ark core is not yours. It never was. Maya turned to it. What is it? Why invade Earth? Why so quickly? The alien's eyes shimmered. This world hides what you do not understand. A vault of power buried before your species walked. We were sent to retrieve it before others do. Others? Jax asked. You're not the only ones coming? The alien was silent. Maya stepped forward, her tone sharp. You slaughtered billions for something we don't even know exists. You want to talk about understanding? The alien tilted its head. We did not come to kill. We came to extract. Your resistance forced escalation. So we're the problem because we fought back. Maya snapped. No, it said. You are the anomaly. A long silence followed. Then Elena, still scrolling through the alien logs, murmured, Maya, there's something else. On the screen, a grainy schematic of Earth flickered. Lines converged on a central point in what used to be Iceland. Beneath it, Ark core detection unstable. This is it, Maya whispered. This is what they're after. Not us. Not the planet. The core. Elena frowned. But if it's unstable, what happens if they extract it? The alien answered coldly. The planet dies. Jax went pale. So we're not the targets. We're collateral damage. Maya stared at the map. If we hit their central command near the core, we can stop the extraction, and possibly knock out their control over the entire fleet. High risk, said Elena. We're talking full frontal assault. We don't have time for anything else, Maya said. This isn't about survival anymore. It's about making sure they don't destroy Earth. The team assembled in a hidden bunker on the outskirts of the dead city. Resistance groups across continents responded to Maya's signal. Makeshift command lines flickered to life. Coordinated plans were drawn, maps traced, weak points marked. It would take every last fighter, every piece of alien tech, every ounce of human will. The attack would be the largest coordinated resistance operation since the invasion began. As fighters armed themselves, Maya gave her final briefing. This is our last shot. We know where they are. We know what they want. And now we know how to stop them. She paused, looking across the room at hardened faces, veterans, teenagers, mechanics, medics. The broken. The survivors. We're not fighting for revenge. We're fighting for tomorrow. For every city they burned. Every name we lost. Every future they tried to erase. We take the fight to them, and we don't stop until the last of them falls. Cheers echoed off the stone walls. Somewhere far beneath their feet, an ancient alien core pulsed with dangerous energy. The resistance would rise, and Earth would not fall quietly. The night was thick with tension as Maya and the resistance fighters gathered on the ruined outskirts of Reykjavik. The cold bit through their worn uniforms, but adrenaline kept them steady. Beneath the ice-covered ground, the Ark core, an alien artifact of unimaginable power, waited to be claimed. Their mission was clear. Infiltrate the alien command fortress, disable the core's extraction device, and cripple the invaders' hold on Earth. Success meant survival. Failure meant annihilation. Remember, Maya's voice was steady but fierce. This is the fight for Earth's soul. We move fast, hit hard, and don't stop. The team split into squads, weaving through the labyrinth of tunnels and abandoned streets. Alien patrols lurked like shadows, but the resistance had learned their patterns, striking with ruthless precision. Maya's squad approached the fortress entrance, a towering structure of alien alloy, humming with energy fields that flickered intermittently. Jax hacked the security systems, while Elena and the medics prepared for casualties. "Almost there," Jax whispered. "Security grid is weak on this panel." "I'm in." The massive doors shuddered, then slid open with a hiss. Inside, the air was thick with power. The walls pulsed with alien glyphs that seemed to glow in time with the core's heartbeat beneath their feet. Suddenly, alarms blared. Too late. Alien reinforcements flooded the halls, robotic warriors armed with plasma rifles and blade arms. The resistance fired back, the air thick with the staccato rhythm of gunfire and the hiss of energy blades. Maya ducked behind a pillar as a charging enemy slammed into the floor beside her. With a swift motion, she jammed a pulse grenade beneath it. The explosion lit the corridor, scattering alien fragments. They pushed deeper. Ahead, the arc core radiated an eerie blue light, an orb of shifting energy encased in a lattice of crystalline structures. Cables and conduits connected it to the fortress's systems, siphoning power with a relentless hum. "We need to disable the extraction node," Maya said. Jax approached the control panel, fingers flying over alien interfaces. "I'm hacking the override, but they're jamming my signal." Outside the fortress, resistant snipers engaged waves of alien reinforcements trying to break through. Elena's medics rushed to treat the wounded, their clinics under constant threat. Inside, Maya faced the true test. A towering alien commander stepped forward, his armor glistening with a menacing aura. His four eyes locked on her with cold calculation. "You will not stop the ascendancy," he said, voice deep and distorted. Maya raised her weapon. "Earth isn't yours." The battle was brutal. The alien commander moved with speed and strength beyond human limits. Maya dodged plasma blasts and struck back with all her training, exploiting every weakness she could find. Meanwhile, Jax's fingers danced frantically over the console. Override almost complete, now. With a surge, the core's hum faltered. The energy lattice shimmered and began to destabilize. The alien commander roared, lunging for Maya, but she threw a pulse grenade, blinding light, and a deafening blast sent him crashing into the wall. The core began to collapse in on itself. The fortress shook violently. "Fall back," Maya shouted. "We've got what we came for." The team scrambled through collapsing corridors as the fortress erupted around them. Explosions rocked the ground, sending shockwaves that cracked the icy surface outside. They burst into the cold air just as the structure imploded in a spectacular fireball, illuminating the night sky. But victory was not without cost. Elena's scream pierced the chaos. She had taken a fatal blast, protecting a wounded fighter. Maya grabbed her hand. "You did it, Elena. You saved us all." Elena's eyes fluttered closed, a faint smile lingering. "For Earth, fight on." As dawn broke, resistance forces regrouped, their radios alive with reports from across the globe. Alien fleets were retreating, communication blackouts spreading among the invaders. The tide had turned. Maya looked toward the rising sun, weary but unbroken. "We took it back," she whispered. "In half the time they took it." But somewhere deep inside, she knew the war had changed humanity forever. Earth was free, for now. The first rays of sunlight filtered through the broken skyline, casting long shadows over a city scarred but still standing. The alien war machines had retreated. The skies were quieter now, but the echoes of battle lingered in every corner. Collapsed buildings, shattered streets, and the faces of survivors who carried the weight of loss. Maya Reynolds stood on a rooftop overlooking the ruins. The war was over, but the fight for Earth's future had only just begun. Messages crackled over makeshift radios. Resistance cells reported reclaiming territory, rebuilding communication networks, and rescuing trapped civilians. Humanity was rising from the ashes. "We won," Jack said softly, joining Maya. "Yeah," she replied, eyes scanning the horizon, "but at a cost." Elena's sacrifice haunted her, reminding Maya of the price paid in blood and courage. But that sacrifice had saved millions, bought humanity the time to strike at the heart of the invaders' plans. Governments were beginning to reassemble, but the old world order was gone. New alliances formed among survivors, driven not by politics, but by a shared will to protect their home. Scientists gathered to study the remnants of alien technology, eager to harness the secrets of the Ark core and defend against future threats. The core's destabilization had shaken Earth's magnetic fields and altered the planet in ways no one fully understood. Some say we woke something beneath the surface, a voice said behind Maya. She turned to see Anders, wounded but alive, standing among the rubble. "What do you mean?" she asked. Anders gestured toward the distant mountains. Strange seismic activity. Unexplained energy readings. The planet itself seems restless. Maya's heart skipped. The war had uncovered a hidden layer of Earth's mysteries, ancient powers dormant for millennia. "We may have won the battle," she said quietly, "but the war for Earth's soul is far from over." As the world began to heal, the survivors made a vow. Never again would they allow Earth to be a silent prize for invaders. They would build a future forged in resilience and unity. Maya looked at the faces of those around her, friends, fighters, survivors, all bound by a common purpose. "Humanity didn't just take Earth back," she said. "We took back hope." And somewhere beyond the stars, distant watchers took note. Earth had awakened, and now it was ready,